the other hand, I actually like the idea a lot of having Diablo mobile. Cause one, I mean, let's be real. When you play Diablo on the PC, you like don't really need any buttons. You just button mash. That's it. Like the last time I remember, I played Diablo 3, which actually wasn't the best one. Supposedly it was the worst one. But from what I got, there mash the buttons, UWER, maybe 1, 2, 3, and 4. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I feel like that's how the gameplay was. I feel like it'll carry good. I feel like it'll carry through well on mobile. Yeah, I, f- I hate microtransactions. I hate games. Okay, so I've been looking for like a sim game to play lately, and like a build a city or something like that. And they're all the ones that I see are free, but then they have microtransactions. Like I would totally pay for a game, like just $5 straight up, even $10 or $15 straight up, with a game that just has everything unlocked. I feel like that's a better method. I know companies make more money through microtransactions, but I feel like it kills the experience. I said I feel like it kills the experience with microtransactions. Yeah.
With this was what was that Call of Duty game where you can get like OP guns and stuff off
Oh,
of
Black Ops 2? Was
microtransactions?
it Black Ops 2 or Black Ops 3?
I think it was I think it was Black Ops 3.
Yeah, I think it was. I think it was.
That was a huge problem in the community because people would just spend mad money on buying loot boxes and shit to get variants and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But I honestly don't see microtransactions going away anytime soon. Um, it's a pain in the ass, but at the end of the day,
Gotta make their money.
it yeah, they gotta make their money somehow. So
I mean, how about for AAA games where you pay like $60?
That's
Do you think that's fair?
I,
that's definitely not fair. You like buy supposedly you buy a full game right at $60, but then most of the time it's like, oh, you have to, for the full experience you have to buy this DLC, which is like $40 or stuff like that. So you're essentially buying two games or an unfinished product essentially, and that's been a big talk in the gaming community too.
this is a
Big topic.
this is a side point, but I'm hella failfish. So the first whatever we just spoke about didn't get recorded because I didn't have the audio setting to the right thing. But oh god, but
Oh,
whatever. We'll just continue. So now that you bring up the AAA titles, so taking like a look at a company basis, obviously EA is a greedy fucking company. Like fuck them. They don't care about the player base. Or at least it doesn't feel like they care about the player base. But one thing that I did overlook that just hit me now is when paying to make these games, like the market right now for programmers and designers is like they're expensive. So I can see why they would charge so much for a game now and try and like reap as much money as possible. I know they don't need all that money, but I feel like a large percentage of the profits they get actually go to paying the people that make the games. They have big ass teams pumping these games out. What do you guys think about that?
I mean, they've always had big ass teams pumping games out, right? So, um, I just feel it gets to a certain point where greed just becomes a big factor of it, you know.
Yeah, that's true. Man,
And
I could
that's
be
just
wrong
how
with that
that's just the
statement
nature
too.
of companies, though, you know. You brought up EA earlier, so like if you remember, one of their biggest games is 2K, and something that they've fucked the community over with was that issue with having to pay to like upgrade your character, whereas before it wasn't that the case, you know.
Yeah. Oh, actually, okay. So I know Blizzard is all for the community. At least that's what it seems like. Like they really care about the community. They're kind of like Riot, where they update the game a lot. Not necessarily what everyone wants, but they do update it, and they are aware of things that are going on in the game. Do you think Diablo? Okay. So I'm gonna compare Diablo to the new Call of Duty. They're not very similar games, but this trend that I feel like is gonna start happening, where this battle pass is released or some sort of pass is released that's free. Like you can get everything for free, but to get it for free, you need to play the game for a lifetime, for like a fucking eternity to actually unlock everything. So you're actually better off just paying for it. Do you think Diablo will implement something like that?
I think it's very possible for them to do it, but that's more of a. I could see it heading more towards a cosmetic end if
Yeah.
they want to keep their pro scene around, if there even is one.
Is there a pro scene for Diablo?
I know there are streamers that do raids, but I don't know if there's like any actual competitions that take place.
I with Diablo, I don't think it's gonna be a bad game. Honestly, I just think that the way they presented it was bad. You know, like if you're gonna bring out a mobile game, you should just like announce it sooner so that people know what they're getting into and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Whereas to the point that Aguero said earlier, where they announced it at BlizzCon, I mean they got roasted by the fans when they were doing the live questions and stuff the whole time. It's just a way of how to present it, and I think they just did a bad way of doing it.
So I just opened this forum here, and they said that Diablo 3 didn't have competitive PvP. Is that true? Did they have they
Uh,
not implemented that at all?
I don't think they have the competitive one. I remember Derek speaking about this.
Was that a big? What? Wait, didn't the first Diablo have PvP or the second one?
The first two did, yeah, online.
I thought that was like the whole point of it. Like you would grind out for gear and stuff, and then go into PvP.
I mean, you can do either or. You could try and play the game in the hardest mode by yourself and try to clear caves, dungeons, or you could PvP versus other people. I think what's going on is that was classic Blizzard. Blizzard isn't Blizzard anymore. It's a subsidiary of Activision now, so it's Activision Blizzard, and most of the original team has started to leave Blizzard. So like the classic people that gave you StarCraft, Diablo, Warcraft, they're not there anymore. What you have is a giant company who has shareholders and they have to make money. And that's where things like chart cards start coming into play.
Damn. Dude, if okay, if Diablo 3 mobile has PvP and somehow they make a port to like PC, which they already said that they're not, like there's no plans of it yet. But the mobile game has PvP, and if I guess it's true what you said earlier, like on the higher level, like when you start getting really good at the game, the buttons do get a lot more complicated, like the combos and stuff like that. So I guess a phone would be a very simplified version. Now I think about it more, I feel like it'll be a bit dull. Like it'll get boring to play if it's just um
It'll feel like a screen smasher.
yeah, exactly. And actually a game that I felt was like that was what's that other Path of Exile. So I know so many people love that game, and it seems really cool. But I feel like it's just like a keyboard smasher. Maybe it's because I didn't get far enough into the tech trees and stuff like that. And they say like you can get all these abilities and stuff like that, and all these passives. I feel like there wasn't many. actives that you could do to actually change the gameplay at all in any way. I guess overall, I think it was a fail.
Oh, definitely, yeah.
It would be cool to see a PvP based Diablo game. That would be so dope because the concept is great. Dungeon crawling is awesome. They should have a
Yeah.
PvE where they can do with friends that's mad hard, and then a PvP where you go with friends as well, and you like 4v4 people. Like WoW, when you go into arena, you go into
Yeah,
like groups
you
of
know,
like 2, 3, or 4. Just
where
like
you're not restricted to being home.
hey, just fuck people up.
Again, it's just I feel like it was just the way they brought it out to the world that set them up for failure. Really.
All right, so final thoughts on Diablo. Predictions 1 out of 10, and will it be a success or a failure? I'll go first. I think it's gonna be a success because mobile gaming is ginormous, and there's mad normies and casuals that will eat that shit up, especially if they have microtransactions. Would be so. I think it's gonna be a success for like the company. In terms of rating 1 to 10, I haven't played much Diablo, so I feel like I can't give it a bad rating because I did have fun when I played the Diablo 3 demo. So I'm gonna go with like. I feel like the gameplay is gonna be pretty simple though, so I'm just gonna go with a solid 7. My prediction for it.
I personally think it's gonna do fine. People always bash a game usually at first without like trying it, but then once they try it, it's like they settle down for it, and then they end up they play it anyways, right?
Yeah,
they play it
yeah.
anyways. They're gonna buy shit anyways. They're gonna buy they're gonna fall into that microtransaction if they do have it, but I think it'll do fine. I mean, mobile gaming is huge, and a game like Diablo, I feel like they're gonna do great. So I'll also give it a 7.
I also think that the game is probably going to end up doing fine, doing great. I think most of the outrage came from people that grew up playing Blizzard games, and they don't want to see the company that they love and have this like idyllic vision of going down the path of other companies. But at the end of the day, they are a company, and people do like mobile games. I think it'll be a success.
Rating from 1 to 10, what do you think?
Probably a 7.
All right, last question for Diablo. Are you gonna buy it? As of now, will you buy it? Aguero.
No.
No? Felix.
Man, I fucking hate paying for mobile stuff, anything. So probably not.
For real, I was towards the side of buying it. Honestly, I was on that.
I mean, I'll play it. I just have to wait to see.
I feel like
there's hype behind it. If there's hype behind it, I mean, I'll definitely buy it. But if not,
you think it's gonna be free?
if it's free, then it's most likely gonna have microtransactions for a fact.
Isn't that already at the store already?
Oh, I'm not sure. Is it? Wait,
Yeah, I
did
don't
the
know
game
if they-
already come out?
No, it was. It didn't come out.
It's in the store. It's coming soon.
Oh, it comes out.
Yeah.
Wait, it said it. Oh, the press release was November 2nd. Okay.
Yeah, it's not out yet. So.
Yeah, it's still being ported.
Yeah. Huh. All right. Well, that's that for Diablo. All right. So League of Legends. We all play League here. Fucking the whole world plays League. Everyone knows what it is. I want to go to this last season. Now that the season's ending, the season ends on Tuesday, or what is it, Monday or Tuesday?
Tuesday.
Yeah.
Or tomorrow.
Ends tomorrow. What do you guys think about this last season?
Didn't this season have like a rough start?
This
Like ADCs were trash, like on the ground of like just terrible.
At one point they were fucking broken, then they were nerfed to the ground, so everyone stopped playing them, and then like the season's been all over the place.
I feel like towards the end, I had a lot of fun playing League. As you know, like I haven't played League willingly for a long time because I was just very dissatisfied with the game.
Yeah.
But I don't know, this year it like really picked up a lot, and I had a lot of fun.
Yo, hold on, chat. So I'm
I think
gonna turn to if
was it this season
chat,
where
if you
they
guys
made
have
a
any
massive change
questions,
every 2
I'll
weeks,
save it
where
for
like
the
you'd
end.
learn jungle, then
I'm
the
gonna go
next
through
week
these
they changed
topics. The
how you
last
jump.
10 minutes is for chat, so don't worry. I'll get to you guys.
Was that this season?
Wait, say that again.
Was it this season where they made massive updates every 2 weeks, where like jungle kept changing, so you had to keep relearning it?
Yeah. This was the season that they did that. Yep.
Yeah, I thought that was horrible for the game. There were 4 months that I stopped playing because of it, but I agree with Felix. The at very end of the season, when they nerfed ADCs and other lanes actually had a say in the end game, made solo queue enjoyable.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to agree with you. The beginning of the season was very rough, because it was literally impossible to actually do good in a game
Let alone climb.
that two weeks ago you could be a fucking Syndra main, and then the next week she's useless and you have to play all AD assassins or something.
And we somehow went from being viable to being the shittiest champion in game.
Yeah, it's crazy. The one thing I do appreciate though is that they did get, after all of that, after all the hate they got and everything, the game right now is probably in the best state it's ever been in terms of viability. You could literally play any champ right now and have a fighting chance. It's actually crazy.
Yeah, it brings me back to the season 2, season 3 days.
What sucks though is that it's still almost impossible to solo carry. That's
Yeah,
still
it's still very team reliant.
yeah, which is what they've been going for that since ever since it became a pro scene thing. But I don't know. Still don't like that. Can't solo carry.
I mean, you guys tried Clash 2 weeks ago, right?
Yeah.
Do you
Yeah.
think if they brought back fives, it would be a better option than Clash? That's what I think, because that's when the game was most enjoyable for me.
Yeah. That one.
Definitely, I agree.
100%.
They need to bring fives, or like team play, because that was one of the, like, I never liked League more than when we played ranked fives. You know,
Yeah.
solo queue is just frustrating because, as you already know, people will troll you or like just straight up feed or just be negative.
Yeah.
But that's frustrating. You don't always want to be dealing with that every single game. So.
Yeah, I feel you.
And this game, this season, they a lot of new things came out of this season. Like Victor Top, where the hell did that come from? But it dominated everything. So like, I don't know. I thought that was really cool. I liked it. Inting Scion. Do you guys remember that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was problematic for like 3 weeks.
Facts.
Then out of nowhere, Jungle Talia, like what the fuck was that shit?
I don't even
Facts.
know. They released her as a mid champion, and then literally a month after, they're like, okay, we're just gonna jungle her, and then now she's just a jungler. Like you don't even see her mid anymore. She's just a straight up jungler now.
Yeah, you click the jungle tab and she pops up.
Like okay.
A lot of mid laners are supports now too. Like you click Vel'Koz. Vel'Koz is you click support tab. Vel'Koz is a support. Brand is a support.
Yeah, like you see those champs more in the bot lane than you do mid.
Yep, Lux is a support. Like it's crazy.
Fiddles is being played competitively, and Heimerdinger ADC was a thing.
Apparently,
This is
he's
insane season.
still till this day he's still the best early game bot laner. Heimerdinger. No one can
Really?
outmanage him.
Overall, I really liked this season. It was just a very bad start for me. I was really hating the game in the beginning of the season, but like little by little, started playing it more and more, and they ended really well. Watching Worlds was like very pog champy, so it brought me back to like old Worlds and stuff.
Yeah, Worlds was so lit this season.
It
was
wasn't
so good.
it wasn't boring. It wasn't boring to watch. It was always some hype thing happening.
I actually got up early to watch them. They were that exciting to watch.
They really were. Cloud9 is shit though, fucking A. Such choke artist, bro. And the Fnatic is 3-0 right after. Like, EU's trash, NA's trash.
That's LPL's first championship, right?
I think so, yeah. No,
So they
TPA
broke
one.
history right there.
TPA one. Wasn't TPA Chinese? Were
I
they?
don't remember. TPA Assassins?
Yeah, TPA.
I think they were.
I think they were. Where's Taipei?
Were they up?
It's in Taiwan.
They're from Taiwan. So yeah.
See, I was just sad that Baker didn't make it to the finals because I feel like this was the perfect season for him.
Apparently his team was trash. Like just straight up garbage.
Yeah, everyone kept saying that he couldn't carry his team this year.
You know the was I saw
And that's saying something. If
Facts.
Faker himself,
that just goes to show the whole solo carry thing. Like, remember when season 2 when Faker was out there on the Rift, bro, with Ari, and this is when Deathfire Grasp was in. He would legit go into a team fight by himself, get 2 kills, and go out. Good times. Good times.
Deathfire Grasp. What was that AP item that you could one shot people when you mark them?
Deathfire Grasp.
Was that Deathfire
Yeah, it was
Grasp?
active.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And then with
I'm thinking about the master the rune that they took out.
I actually, now that you mentioned runes, I really miss the old rune system. And this
Same.
is why. It's okay, so the old rune system was bad. It was bad. They had tier 1, tier 2, and tier 3 runes. That was a terrible idea. They should have just had tier 3 runes, and they should have just had it for free. I guess they did it like that so they can. It was all part of their strategy, probably, to get more players to play longer so they can actually unlock that type of stuff. Just more incentive to unlock stuff. But the fact that they went to this rune page where they removed all early game stats, it was really relying on the champions. And the champions already have skewed ass stats. So, like, no one's gonna outdamage a Darius early game. Just not gonna happen. But with the old rune system, I feel like if you could go like a full armor page with regen, or like just a full armor page, or like a regen page with some AD and some magic resist, it would really change the laning phase. Like, it actually had an effect on the laning phase.
Yeah.
For more defensive players. I feel like this rune system.
Or if you had an attack speed reliant ADC, for example, you just put on a full attack speed page and fuck shit up without having to rely on items.
Facts.
Or playing it safe. You know, someone like Vayne, you'd have 15% attack speed already just off of runes.
What do you think? Are they too streamlined now? Where
Yeah.
some pages just don't work and will never work for some champ?
I guess right now they fixed it because a lot of things are meta, but when it started, there was some champs that, because the rune system was the way it was, they were unplayable. Like, just straight up unplayable. Like, before Warp Tonic or whatever the fuck that rune is, that makes it so you get corruption potions are like 15% stronger or something like that. There was legit a whole set of champs that could not survive the laning phase, so they just weren't played. But ever since that came out, you see a lot of people just start corruption potion, which I guess helps. It helps. But I still miss the fact that you can just customize, like, oh, they have a heavy magic resist team. Okay, let me just stack a little more magic resist instead of armor runes. Now it's just like,
Yeah,
I'm just gonna
they
go
put
full
everything
AD
together
and
too.
go straight in their face and hope for the best.
One thing that makes the way they did it this time better is that you can change your masteries / runes off of like one go, whereas before you'd have to mess with your runes.
Yeah.
And then mess with your masteries. Actually, your runes, you wouldn't be able to edit your runes.
Yeah,
you'd only be able to edit your masteries. So there's like good and bad to both, but you still bring up a good point with the runes thing.
They're actually changing it for next season. So
you could even do. Sorry, go.
No, you go.
I was saying, just when you wanted to fool around and stuff, you couldn't go like a full crit page and go like GP top or something.
Yeah, like you can't do that now. It's like they klepto, and that's literally the best rune for him, no matter what.
So there's less room for experimenting, you think?
Yeah, but they're changing it next season, so you can actually. So the secondary tree. I mean, after you do the first tree, then the secondary tree, there's like this third part where you can like, oh, I want more armor, or I want more attack speed, or I want just magic resist. Like, that stuff will help.
Right.
A little bit.
Sounds nice.
It'll help.
Sounds good, yeah.
What'd you guys think of the 4 champs released this year? Kaisa, Pyke, Zoe.
Oh God, don't bring up Zoe. Dude, she's so cancer.
Dude, she's so fun though.
Oh my God, dude, she actually stresses me out, dude. Like, I've had hate for Heimerdinger since the first time I ever seen the dude. But he's tolerable though. Like I talk shit about him, but that's it. Zoe, dude, she actually makes me want to stick my eyes out of my head. Dude. Like, she's so frustrating.
Bro, I really think like she's a strong champ, yes. But if she doesn't land her E, that champ is fucking useless, basically. Like she'll poke you. But that's it. That's all she can do. She can just poke you. She can kill you if she hits you with the sleep.
Another thing that I hate about her is like, why does she need to get random summoner spells?
That's what makes her unique.
Yeah, that shit is mad strong.
That's unnecessary. Her kit alone is strong. There's no need for them to add shit like that.
I think that
and it's tilting when you die to a fucking redemption shit. That's the icing on the cake for me, dude. Like right there, I just slammed my keyboard.
I really think that they just need to make it so if she misses her E, it doesn't stay on the goddamn ground for so long. It stays there for 4 seconds. Like that's like Ziggs's E. Insane.
I really liked the Pyke release. I thought Pyke was really cool. An assassin support, like that's hella dank.
Yeah, it really is unique, especially since he shares the loot right after.
Oh, definitely. If they didn't do that, then so many people would complain. People still complain now because he's getting the kills, but it's like it doesn't matter because you get the gold.
Yeah, I actually think that was like a perfect execution for Riot to make an assassin. Because when they release assassins, it's like everyone goes fucking crazy. It's like, God damn, this champ's broken. I fucking hate it. Fucking Akali rework is dumb. Zoe is dumb. You know, when they were released. But with Pyke, there was at no point did you see someone be like, I fucking hate Pyke. This champ is so bad. He's so broken. But he's just a fun ass champ. He destroys in lane, but no one ever complains about him. It's just a perfect execution with a champ, with an assassin champ.
What I found weird about him is that he stays with the same amount of health. So like you build health items and it just gets like converted to AD.
Yeah.
I don't know, it's just weird for me. I tend to do bad as him, that's why I don't play him as much. But I really like his concept. I really like his gameplay and stuff. I find it really unique and cool.
He sort of reminds me like when they released New Urgot, people weren't overwhelmed by him, but they also weren't underwhelmed. Like that was just they got it perfectly where he should have been.
Yep.
Yeah, that Urgot rework was really good.
Yeah.
I like that they're doing reworks as well. Before it was like not as often, you know, but now they're actually trying to rework a lot of old champs.
Who's left? Cannon?
There's
still quite a few left.
Oliver, Cannon,
Mordekaiser,
Acidin.
Isn't Volibear just the worst? What's his name?
Vi?
Urgot.
Oh,
yeah, and Vi.
Literally a worse Urgot.
A lot of champs are also just getting visual upgrades too, so not much of them will change.
Yeah, that's true.
Which is cool because like some of them don't really need reworks, you know.
What do you guys
like? I feel like Kennon's just gonna get a visual upgrade because his kit is pretty good, pretty well used.
Yeah, his kit scales with time. Scales well with time, not like old Mord or who was it? Old Urgot. That champ was actually useless.
Shout out to Urgot.
Champ was so bad. What do you guys think about KDA? I feel like I'm the only K-pop lover here, but
I actually think the skins are really dope. I played against a KDA Akali the other day, and when I saw that like neon stuff when she had the smoke screen up, that looks so dope. They went really, really hard for those skins, and the community actually has showed a lot of love for it too. So it's like one of the few skin lines that people have like no complaints over.
It's actually facts.
I think whoever came up with that and Riot deserves a raise. It was great execution, and they reflect what you saw on stage.
And
It's just
the presentation of it on stage too was for Worlds was really dope. What they did this year, the VR stuff.
Yeah, that shit was so
That
dope.
yeah, that was really cool. So kudos to Riot.
Honestly, I fucking love that shit. I love that song. Like I listen to that song so much. You guys don't understand. I'm waiting for that shit to get on Spotify. I put that bitch on YouTube repeat, and I just listen to that like on the side. It's so lit. And they forced it. I love this KDA skins and everything, but they forced it, bro. They made these models like their drawings. They look insane, bro. Insane. And I'm not even like a weeboo or anything like that, but goddamn, they look hot. It is crazy.
it's over because like the tones they use, they look hyper realistic, where they almost look real.
Yeah, it's crazy. So cool. 10 out of 10. Like Riot is just killing it towards the end of the season. The mid-season, worst company in the world. Now, popping off. Top 10.
They have a lot of dope skins too. It's not just like recolors like they used to do and stuff like that. So very unique concepts now, like the Halloween skin line. I thought that was pretty dope. The new one now is like the Eclipse Leona, so solar and lunar eclipse. Those skins are like insanely dope.
So I
I
actually
think I'm
got
actually gonna get that one.
my bad. I actually got a good question from chat here, and I want to read it to you guys. I'm gonna just read the whole thing, and then we can discuss it after. So
Go for it.
basically, this person says, "How does Riot make League of Legends fun again? Honestly, losing a game is so rage boner. How does implementing something to keep people from playing without inting, even though there's an L, like an L is an L, how do they reduce the severity of an L and 40 minutes of wasted time?"
It's a tough one.
It's tough because you're gonna, no matter how good you are, you're bound to get L's, right?
Yeah.
So it's just you have to invest time in getting better at the game. So, if you don't invest in getting better, you're not gonna see any results to increase in W's, right?
I feel like that's unavoidable for any team game. Like an NFL game, if you have a team that's slightly worse than the opposing team, there's nothing you can do about it except get better or draft somebody better, you know? Even though they do get to choose their players and it's randomly generated when you play on League, it's sort of the same thing. You get what you get. You got to make.
What made League also fun for me, and this was before, is that, again, bringing that topic with the whole rune stuff, like you could do whatever the hell you wanted in the runes. Like you wanted to go full crit, Tryndamere in top lane, you wouldn't get a crit until like the 5th auto attack. But once you get that damn crit, oh my god, that was satisfying. And that itself made it worth for you, right? So they have, to me, I feel like they should bring something like that back, where you can mess around and do what you want. But again, when they do that, someone somehow is gonna find some broken game style.
Yeah, that's
Blue
true.
Ezreal, for example, when they had that jungle item too, like that was actually insane. So it's just tough.
I think where Riot shines, like when the game's enjoyable, it's when it feels good, get better at the game. So when the game was shit in the middle of the season, it was like you didn't want to get good at that meta because the meta was so bad. Like you would just, it felt like the meta took no skill. You know, I feel like now it's like really up to you, since every champ is basically viable. Whether you win or lose, it's enjoyable to get better because you feel like you can actually win a game now from a decision that you made. Yes, it's harder to solo carry, and of course you're still gonna lose. Like usually people sit around, even the best players, they sit around a 52 to 57% win rates. So you're gonna lose, obviously. But as long as you're enjoying that loss, which kind of sounds weird, like it sucks to lose, but the games are still sometimes enjoyable. Like I was playing with Aguado yesterday, was it yesterday? We lost like 4 games in a row, and they
That
were
was
ranked
yesterday, me,
flex.
you, and Tony.
Yeah, but they were so fun. Like they were so fun, and we lost because we had like brain dead teammates. But it was still fun, which it was not the case. Like in the middle of the season, it was that was even when we played together, we'd be like, how do we even want to play this game?
How about I remember P mentioning that ADC isn't as fun anymore because late game ADCs aren't really as viable anymore because games are usually determined by like the 25-minute mark at this point. Do you think they should nerf the game just to make that viable again, or just keep it where it's...
I feel like that's tough because once you make ADCs viable again, it becomes a tank meta. And don't get me wrong, I'm a fan of the tank meta. I actually think the tank meta is. I think the tank meta is my favorite meta. But
She was straight up cancer.
but it's just I don't know. I don't know when ADCs become meta and the games become so reliant on that one champion, which is I think is what they were trying to stray away from. But then they ended up making ADCs not that good anymore.
Speaking of tank meta, one champion that always comes up that can go full tank and still deal the most damage in game is Poppy
And Maokai.
and Maokai. I see those two champs and I already know I'm in for a bad time.
I mean, we do get interesting things like Aatrox this year. Besides Victor, Aatrox made the most plays in Worlds.
Yes, that champ is so goddamn lit.
Yeah, he's really strong. Oh, we haven't talked about Kaisa. Bring it up. Do you guys
I think
have to say
Kai'Sa's
about
awesome.
Kaisa?
She's cool. I actually think she's a little too strong though. Like an ADC should not be able to build Zonias and Banshees and still hit the late game spike that they, because those are defensive items. Like those items, you're not supposed to be hit. You're not supposed to be dealing as much damage if you buy those items because you buy them to be defensive. That's why they don't give you as much AP as like a Rylai's or like a Rabadon's. I feel like the fact that she can build those and still outscale every ADC late game is a little too much for me. But besides that, I think she's awesome.
Sort of reminds me of AP Corky back when he was meta.
Yeah, that shit was fucking so strong.
And then after AP, it was like a hybrid build
Yeah.
where he would still do damage.
Predictions for next year? Cognizati?
Kakmazati.
I don't know. But talking about next season, what do you guys think about the changes they're making, like to ranked and stuff like that? Are you gonna have like a different ranking for each role you have? And then the league system, so like iron and whatever the other one they're
They're also doing something where if you let's say you duo queue with someone and you put like ADC or something and then they go mid or something and you like switch, so the person you're duoing with is like a silver and like let's say you're a diamond, if you guys switch, obviously he's gonna get matched with the silver, right? So you guys switch roles, the diamond shits on the silver and then carries your game. They're doing something with that kind of like punishes you for doing that, which is like boosting. So that's one worry I had about it, but then they kind of like, no, don't worry about it. We have something planned for it. So I think that's a really good system that they have.
That's good.
Or they will have.
I actually didn't know they were doing that.
Yeah. Like at first, it's gonna be a very. The way they explained it is, it's not gonna be. They're not gonna hit your hand like hard because sometimes you just switch, right?
No, yeah.
But if it's like consistent, then they're gonna be like, yeah, you're not gonna get any LP for this game. They're gonna punish you essentially.
I like the new proposed system. Nothing feels worse than being on a win streak, then out of nowhere getting support, and you have no idea how to do it, and you just enter that losing streak that you know is going to happen. But at least you want it to happen on your own terms, you know?
Yeah. That actually is a very good point that you bring up. I was worried about the So I thought the MMR. So I'm still a bit confused about it. So I don't know if you as a as a character, like as an account, do you have the same MMR carrying through? So like say you queue up mid bot and then you get autofilled support. The fact that you were in queue for mid bot looking for people in your skill level, do you change? Like, do you just change to your support MMR out of nowhere? Like, do they find a
But-
game for you like that?
So I read the latest dev notes, and if I remember correctly, they said that you should naturally gravitate towards a single MMR for all roles eventually. I don't know what that means, but that's how they worded it. So it sounds like if you're gold, top, and mid, you should naturally be gold around jungle and ADC as well and support.
Yeah, that is true. That's why I actually, even though all the flaws that the original ranking system had, that is just you were just ranked. The first person has the highest MMR, and the last person has the worst. I did like that system because if it was some, it kind of felt like a hierarchy. Like that person, he is better than you, so he should get the role. But
Yeah.
then there's like egos involved and stuff. And I mean, I hold myself accountable for bitching at people in Champ Select 2 because I didn't get the role I want. I didn't want to play support. But
John,
you'll be
go.
surprised. Like those games that I bitched because I didn't get my role. I bet you if I would have played mid those games and not support, we would have lost. 'Cause I wouldn't be able to carry.
Something that I read that they said regarding that issue you were worried about is that if you get filled into a lane that's clearly not what you were in queue for, and you lose, let's say, you also don't get punished as bad LP wise. So
Oh,
you won't.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah,
So you're
you
not
won't
gonna
be punished
get
as hard.
minus 20 LP from it, even though you usually get minus 20 LP if you lose from mid.
Yeah.
Oh. But then that kind of like, I don't know. I don't know how I feel about that because like someone gets autofilled support and then they're like, I'm only gonna lose 5 LP, so I don't really care if we lose or win.
Oh, it's not gonna be that little either.
You
I know
what
what you
might
mean.
be a good system actually? You lose a little, but you gain a lot. So it'll give people incentive if they're autofilled to want to win the game. But then you're kind of
And that's-
rewarding them for
In the sub role, you mean?
yeah, in the sub role, yeah. I don't know.
I like that.
That might
For
be
trying, yeah,
odd
makes sense.
some way. I'm not sure though. Sounds good on paper though. Did
Oh,
you
do-
have a
do you
point
think
you were
the
gonna
new-
make, Aguedo? I feel like we interrupted you like 5 times.
Oh, that's fine. Do you think the new, you know how the season split into 3 splits?
Yeah.
I personally stopped playing for like 90% of the season, only played like the last month and a half. I wonder if that'll actually be incentive enough to play in the beginning.
You actually make a good point. Cause like when I got the diamond this season, I went on like a hiatus for like 3 months, came back, and I was terrible at the game and I got demoted. I wonder if you don't play the first season, the first split, don't play the second split, and then play the third split. Like, are you like, does anything happen? Like, does anything change, or is it just kind of like you never left? I don't know. Weird. Or like if you play the first one, miss the second one, play the third split.
Well, I know each split gets like a sub reward, but it doesn't matter when you make it to gold, you still get the skin, but there are smaller awards that they haven't mentioned. But if it's just blue essence, I'm not going to be interested.
That's true. I think. Oh no, actually, they brought up this armor plating that you can customize your.
Tower.
What are those things? Those armors thing, those emblems. They're gonna show up everywhere now, like in lobby and all that type of stuff. Like an icon, but it's like that armor that they were showcasing.
The one around the border?
Yeah, or something like that. I don't know.
I don't know. That's cool, but I don't know if, it loses its vanity really fast to be like, oh, cool.
Yeah,
You
I
know?
feel like it's gonna be like, okay, I just need to play and I get an armor plating. Like, okay, like there's nothing special about that. Everyone's gonna get it if they play.
Yeah. I was sort of hoping they'd go back to like season 2 seasons ago, and they're at least a new champ every 2 weeks. Even though at this point it's really difficult to do that.
Yeah, that was some lit times though. Instead of the meta changing a lot, it was the characters. That was so good.
Release week Graves. If you didn't get a pentakill, you sucked.
Facts. All right, so we have about 15 minutes left, and we still got one more topic on the board. I think we
Probably
covered
the
League
biggest one.
as a whole. I feel like everyone's excited for the next season. They somehow find out a way to make it the players coming back. They find out a way to make the next season sound more exciting than this one. So they're doing something right. Well, the last topic on board is Super Smash Bros. Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, biggest fucking hype since a Red Dead announcement or something. I don't know. I've been waiting for this game for so goddamn long. Straight up, what are your initial takeout on it?
I want to play King Cruel.
Fuck with that,
King K rule.
Felix.
Overall, I'm really hyped. I love playing Smash, and now there's even more characters. They're bringing back all the old characters as well. So like, it's just gonna be a fuck fest, and everyone's gonna be taking knees left and right. And
Facts.
it's just hype, dude. I'm very hyped for it.
I'm also hyped. I'm actually getting a Switch just for that game, and honestly, I don't know if it's gonna be worth it because Smash 4 had great that game had great longevity. Like it was so good. I played that game so much, especially in college. But the reason I played so much is because I had people to play with. This one, I feel like not that many people are gonna get an entire system just to get the game. I don't know how it's gonna work. So excited for it. Just hope it has the same amount of hype, like in my, I guess, immediate friend group, as the last one did.
I'm just looking over the roster right now, and I'm just excited. They're bringing back Pichu, Falco, Mewtwo, Roy, Wolf.
Yeah, everyone,
Snake.
bro. Literally
Like,
everyone.
Everyone, dude. It's so, and they're adding new people too. So you got Ridley, Piranha Plant, King K. Rool, Incineroar, a whole bunch of other people from Street Fighter, and a bunch of games. Ken, like, it's literally gonna be a fuck fest. So I'm excited. The intros are also really cool. The video, not the intros, but the videos that they've been pumping out, the teasers. Yeah. They hype me up more for the game. I just hope that big issue with Smash 4 was like, a perfect example is when you would play Mario and just do that fucking combo repeatedly.
Yeah, the mechanics. That's what a lot of people are worried about, actually.
I really hope they don't do some shit like that, because that's so frustrating to go against.
Yeah. I'm actually excited for another good question brought up by chat. The ranking system. So they're actually going to have a ranking system. I remember the last Smash I had it for the DS, and I used to play ranked a lot. And all it would do is you would just keep track of your win-loss, but no one else will see it. The servers were terrible. Like, there was no online community. You just played because you just enjoyed beating random people.
Yeah, that's the issue with like Nintendo. Nintendo isn't really known well for their multiplayer stuff. Like, do you remember Brawl?
Yeah, but now
when we played Brawl, that was problematic.
So now they're actually doing you have to pay, I think it's $20 for 12 months to get their online servers. So I think they're actually kind of putting some effort into this one, which I'm super hyped about.
Oh, so they have dedicated Smash servers, you mean?
Yeah, exactly.
Wait, you said yeah?
I said yeah to a greater. My bad. What'd you ask?
Oh, I was asking if they have like their own PSN Plus type thing.
Yeah, that's what they have.
Okay.
So they're gonna have servers for it. So that seems pretty awesome. I remember playing For Glory, and Jesus, you just like straight up DC mid fight. It's like, okay.
I mean, if they're making it competitive, I wonder if it's possible to even balance 70 fighter champs, or if some are just going to be naturally more strong than all the other ones, you know, like your meta fight.
Yeah, I mean, there's gonna be the rankings like usual, just because of the mechanics of the characters and stuff like that, like the hard coded mechanics. I wonder how it's gonna be. Supposedly, it's supposed to be okay. So everyone hated Brawl because it was a fucking slip and slide, and everyone felt so sluggish. Not that many people like Smash 4 because couldn't combo any moves. You only could combo specific things together, not necessarily anything together, like Melee. So, and then some Twitch streamers were talking about this game, and they said it's like a mix between Melee and Smash 4, where you can kind of combo anything you want, but like not really at the same time. but then there's like definite combos that each character have that are like kind of staple. So that's gonna be interesting to see.
Yeah, I guess only time will tell what's gonna.
I actually really enjoyed Smash 4. I thought it was cool. I thought the combo system was cool. But that's just me. I wasn't good at Melee and I didn't play it that much, so.
So one thing that I really like is with the new characters, there's gonna be new ways, new abilities, new combos, and stuff like that, right?
Yeah.
So, like a great example would be the Piranha Plant, right? I'm still not over that. That's a freaking character right now.
Rip Waluigi.
Oh, that's another thing, man. Rip Waluigi.
I feel like that's gonna be either an April Fool's prank. They're not gonna add him, or like a Christmas gift.
I'm telling you, the villain in that Smash Ultimate video that they released, it's Waluigi controlling all those hands.
I don't know. I kind of wouldn't care if they added Waluigi or not. Like, if you think about it, when have you seen Waluigi in a game besides Mario Tennis and Mario Kart? That dude just came out of just came out of nowhere, and they just put him in into like Mario Kart, and it's like, okay. He is an assist trophy though.
Yeah.
I feel like the Wii Fit trainer is more relevant than him.
Yeah. So, Smash actually has a season pass. The way it's gonna work is you buy it and you get all the DLCs that they release, or you could just pay individually for each character. I think this is a well executed season pass. They're literally releasing the game with 69 characters. I feel like they're not being selfish at all by asking to buy a season pass. But at the same time, they still are doing a season pass. Opinions?
No, I think they're doing it right, if that makes sense, right? They're giving you like the full experience. What they're just charging you is like for extra experience, you know?
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
Yeah.
So I think they're doing it right. You wouldn't call a game ultimate if you only had 20 characters, right? So that'd make no sense. But I like their direction with it. Smash has always gotten a lot of love, and I think it'll do great. Ganondorf actually is gonna be the melee Ganondorf, I think. So he's not gonna look
not gonna be brolic.
He's not gonna be beefy. Yeah, I think he's gonna be the one in melee where he's like thinner and like longer, lankier. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
That's one thing that I noticed. I don't know how I feel about it because I kind of had the other one grow on me.
I like that they're releasing, or they're giving you all champs on release, because I feel like that's something that League and Rainbow Six fucked up. I bought the starter pack for Rainbow Six and I played for like 4 weeks straight and only unlocked like 2 new operators, and that just feels bad because you either have to shell out $60 more or just play a shit ton of time to get all the champs.
Rainbow Six is on some shit right now, bro. Sorry to interrupt you.
No, it's fine. It's fine. That's pretty much it.
Rainbow Six is on some shit right now. They got so much hate.
Yeah, the whole farming thing. That's one thing that I didn't enjoy about League. It's like getting the characters. Oh, that shit was such a grind.
I actually didn't even get all of them until like season 7. It took a long time, like 7 years.
But is there anything else you guys want to talk about with Smash?
What do you guys think about the longevity of it? How long do you think the game will last? Because I feel like the Smash 4, so Melee, endless. Not for me, but for the hardcore community, Melee's endless. Brawl died literally within the first 2 years. Smash 4 was really good. It lasted a while, but like I doubt a lot of people play it as much now. What do you guys think about this one? And are you thinking of getting the game?
I think this one, okay, just with the sheer amount of characters, this one's gonna last a long time. On top of that, if they do the battle system right, or like if they don't bring back a lot of things that people hated from before, that's another reason as to them doing well. I think it's even for like us, like our friend group, it's gonna be a great party game. Which is why I think it's a positive thing that you're getting the Switch, because that system has a lot of party games that we can all play and stuff.
Mario Kart lit.
So Mario Kart, they have that 1-2 Switch game that we had a blast playing. So yeah, I just think it'll be a fun time. This is probably the thing that I'm most excited about today that we've talked about.
Does this one still have local play?
Yeah, yep, up to 8 players.
I think that's what's going to give it its survivability.
Yeah. I think this is gonna be the best one, in my opinion. I really do think it's gonna be the best one. Thanks for the bits. So,
If,
do you guys have any last remarks? Anything you want to say or mention or shameless plug yourself?
Shameless plug yourself.
I'm just interested in seeing as oh, you want to go first?
No, go.
I'm interested in seeing where like other gaming companies steer themselves. Sort of like Bethesda and Obsidian, they haven't really told us what their future plans are. Like with Fallout 76, are they going to go the microtransaction route, or are they going to stick with the classic Bethesda and it's like a whole game and you buy DLC once? You know, it's like it's 50-50 right now. They can either follow the other companies or stay on their path.
Yeah, and they're actually getting a lot of hate already. So, because apparently the beta was like a terrible experience.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know.
Yeah, that's all I gotta say.
Felix?
I don't have much to say right now. It's just gaming in general right now is on an iffy spot because of things like microtransactions and companies being greedy with releasing a half-assed game, and we'll just have to see who's going to be that next company that either reinvents the wheel or like creates a solution to these problems.
Yeah.
And with a great product, you know, that's pretty much all I gotta say.
All right. Well, that's it for us today. Thank you for listening to the Salty Sip. I don't know if that name's gonna change. I don't know how I feel about that one yet, but you know where to catch me. Follow me on Twitter, HookmanGo, Twitch every Sunday, 12 to 1. I'll be here, and this will be uploaded to YouTube and some sort of podcasts. I don't really know how the uploading a podcast works, but I'll figure it out and I'll make a post on it. But yeah, subscribe to YouTube, follow the Twitch so you see when I'm online, follow me on Twitter to get some daily updates, and thanks for listening. See you guys.
Peace.